Hey, let's just face the facts. Michigan did beat Ohio State for the third year in a row. But I want to break it down X's and O style. I'm not a fan of either team, but I am a Big Ten fan. The truth of the matter is, Ohio State could have won this game had they done the right thing early on. Let's break it down X's and O style in the first half to show you why Ohio State lost. Hey, what's up? It's C Crew Sports. Let me walk you through a couple things here. I just noticed about the Ohio State versus Michigan game. I wanted to point out a few reasons why Ohio State lost, and it was early on in the game. They gave up a few easy things. Kind of an X's and O's deal. We can talk about the second half, but I'm sure if you're a fan, you've already watched it 1,000 times, or you haven't watched it at all. Let's take a look here. This is the touchdown, or excuse me, this is the part where Ohio State gets intercepted. So we're going to zoom in. Actually, let's go back to the initial red X. So what you have here is I want you to focus on the red of the two people. Meaning like where the circle is, right? Boom. These two. You got the cornerback and the wide receiver. He comes out, does a little slant, okay? A little 5-yard slant. Now look, there's some contact here. Is that pass interference? You could call it. You could if you wanted to. But the problem is that I don't think this play, I don't think the wide receiver here even thought about getting the ball thrown to him. Because as you can see, he's just playing fiddle fingers with the defensive back. It just lets him go right up and catch the ball. I mean, it's almost like it was intended to happen. So anyway, there's a referee right there. If he wanted to call pass interference, should have or could have. Now granted, this is a line judge referee, so he's looking down the line there, the line of scrimmage. So he might, it's a bang bang play, so he might not have been looking at the receivers, but he was right there. So the ones that say it could have been interception, I don't know. Okay, now this play here coming up, yeah, touchdown Michigan, whatever. They do, get that interception, you're gonna have to get 6, and they do. So here it is. We're looking at it. The Ohio State linebacker that's circled in red right here, he doesn't move. Number one, he stays in the end zone. As a high school defensive coordinator, the first thing you want to tell somebody when it's a goal line play, right, and it's on like the 1-inch mark here, if you are in the end zone and the running back is coming to you, it's already going to be 6 points by the time you hit that running back. So check this out. A super slow motion. He stays this way like the ball is hiked. Boom. Now, that back. Wow, what a block, right? Everybody's like, oh man, he did a great job. No, look where he's at. The fullback, the blocker, is already in the end zone. That Ohio State linebacker did like one of these. Oh, stutter step, caught in la la land. And that's why they scored there. Now you can tell that number 6 on Ohio State was like, oh shit, I got to get this guy. He puts in full effort. Let's just back it up and watch it one more time. He puts in full effort. Watch, linebacker doesn't move. He's the one that's keying the whole play, that middle linebacker. He doesn't, look, he just stays there. And then, obviously the other, I don't know. Ohio State just screwed the pooch on that one. Okay, next play I want to look at. When Michigan comes down and scores to make it 14-3. So what we have here is, let's go back it up even further. What we have here is Twins left with man in motion, so he's in the backfield, so he can go in motion, which kind of makes it like a clustered up trips, okay? So it was Twins with tight end up in the backfield, okay? And this guy here, look at this wide receiver, okay? He is going to be decoy. Now watch this. Okay, so he goes left, blocks him. That's a decoy. This guy, this safety right here is checking that out, all right? But meanwhile, this is the one that's spying the quarterback. Instead of actually spying the quarterback, he realizes that his teammate gets beat. So look, he's slinging the ball right here. So the ball is already in the air. Uh, this particular defensive back right here is looking at this wide receiver, and he's beat. So with him beat, is wide open. The spy, the one that should have been looking, if he would have just stayed doing his job, he would have got the INT. Because watch how this plays out. Okay? Boom. So what looked like it was a 2-on-1 situation, it wasn't. It was a 1-on-1 situation with the spy not doing his job. He was caught again, another Ohio State player caught in La La Land, which at this elite level you cannot have that. So just watch this play again. There he is. Boom. He's spying, looks, turns, doesn't see the ball's thrown. He's like, oh shit. Let's watch that again. Watch it again. It is what it is. Let's pause it right when the ball's thrown. Okay, ball's in the air. Where is he looking? He is looking here. But when he, towards the other guy, but when he was spying, he was doing his job. He heard footsteps to the right. This is what happened. He heard that boom, boom. He heard his buddy say something, because that's how it is on the field. He turns around. Perfect timing. Perfect timing for a touchdown. And really the rest is kind of history. I mean, there is one more thing to look at, but once this happened, I kind of figured it would be over. Anyway, the Ohio State touchdown that brought them back into the game, as you say. I figured it was going to be a blowout at this point, but brought him back into the game was this misdirection play action. So it's like a counter play where the slot back goes the opposite way out into the flats. The issue that I have here with Michigan, and the reason why I'm choosing to look at this play, is because everyone got frozen by this play action. But if you have ever played football or played defense, I guess, or halfback, you notice that when a player does this, right, look at his hands. Look how open and wide his hands are. That's a fake every time. I'm not actually getting the ball because I put my hands way up here. Oh, no. Usually in handoffs, it's like this. That's the best way to fake. The problem with faking like this is that you can actually accidentally touch the ball and cause a fumble. But, so he goes wide open. I call it the gator chomp, right? It's a fake, and everyone was fooled. And look, everyone here is facing. Boom, boom. Even the strong safety, I guess, would be strong safety out here, looking here. He should be keying him. But instead, great block right here, where he blocks him and they kind of come together. He's wide open in the flats. But there is one individual, the one that's man-to-man on this guy. What does he do? Let's watch. He's like, oh shit. But by the time he realizes it, way too late. And he did get the tackle, but it was just 1 foot shy. So anyway, if you break down Ohio State, you'll see that they do some pretty crappy things on defense. Ohio State didn't lose this game because they couldn't score. They scored. Michigan is tough, but Ohio State could have won. And if they would have just paid attention to a few little bitty things in the beginning, they wouldn't have let Michigan get that momentum. They're at the big house. Sorry, Ohio State. It is what it is.